target cluster.
Okay. This little yellow robot here, his name is Icarus. And he's also called a mecha. So if you right click on the ground, he'll move to where you click. And the first thing you gotta do is you gotta break apart this space capsule. So I'm gonna right click on the space capsule, and you can see there's this yellow progress circle that shows you how close you are to completing your task. So it's done, and it tells you that I've collected a few things from breaking down the space capsule. So if you hit E, it'll open your inventory. And the first thing is the hydrogen fuel rod. And this is just fuel for Icarus. So I'm going to press C to open up the mecha panel. And you can see I have this fuel chamber here that has 4 empty slots. So I'm going to drag the fuel rods over to the first empty slot. Now, why does he need that? Because at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a battery icon and this yellow bar indicating how much energy I have. So my energy meter is full, and I have 120 megajoules, which is the most I can have. Now when you move around, it uses energy, but because we have the fuel rods equipped, my energy bar is not going down. Instead, it's slowly chipping away at the fuel rods. So I'm going to clear out some of these trees. So I'm just going to right click. He's going to walk over and he's going to break down the tree. And this one too. Again, there's that yellow circle that tells you the progress that you're making. Now I'm going to break down a bunch of trees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the shift button and I'm going to right click on a bunch of trees to queue them up. I'll get those rocks there on the ground. And now I let go of the mouse and keyboard and he can just walk around completing the tasks that I gave him to do. He's almost done anyways. Now, by the way, the mouse wheel scrolls in and out. And if you press and hold the mouse wheel like a button, you can look around. And you can also use on the keyboard WASD to walk around. Now, I need some of these copper ingots here, or copper ore, sorry. If you hover your mouse over, it tells you, it says there's 6 copper veins in total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the one I'm on is 6, and a total of 48,407 copper ore. You can see it's depleting one at a time. That might seem like a lot, but it's not. It's definitely enough to get you started. It'll last a couple hours probably, but we're definitely going to need more eventually. So if I hit E for my inventory, you can see the copper ore is filling up one at a time. Now, a little trick that took me a while to figure out that's really handy is this button here that sorts your inventory. So I'm going to click on it and it's going to arrange my inventory in a way that makes sense. So it's grouped up the logs side by side here, and it's got the basic components farthest to the left here. So the logs and the plants that I got from breaking down the trees, the only thing you use them for is for fuel, and I'm going to put them in the fuel chamber. So remember, the C on the keyboard opens the mecha pan. So that's probably enough copper ore for now. Let's work on getting some iron ore. So C opens the mecha panel, and now you could just drag it over. That works just fine, but I like to hold the shift button and just left click on the wood and it'll move it automatically over. And I'm going to also shift and left click on the plant fuel and it'll move it automatically to the fuel chamber. And I don't like having this big space here, so I'm going to click on the sort button, and it sorts all my ore, some ingots, and some other stuff. Okay. Now, there's some trees here that are kind of in the way, so I'm going to take them out. There's some shrubs. I think there's some stones on the ground. So I'm just holding the shift button and right clicking on them. And then it queues them up and I can just kind of look around while he does his thing. I'm going to close these tutorials. You can watch them if you want. I don't need to watch them. I don't like these trees here, so I'm going to take them down. And I don't want that crap in my inventory, so I'm going to move it over to the fuel chamber for now. Now, actually I'm going to clear out a few more of these. Again, holding shift and right clicking just queues it up real nice. And then that's probably good enough. Now over here, we're going to need lots of iron ore. So, and I don't really want to collect it individually one at a time. So in the bottom right corner of the screen is the technology tree. So if you click on the scientific looking flask, it brings up the technology tree, and you're at the very beginning, and I want electromagnetism. So I'm going to click on electromagnetism, and it shows you here after you unlock electromagnetism, you'll be able to build a wind turbine, Tesla tower, and a mining machine. And the thing that I'm after is actually the mining machine. Now, to research electromagnetism, it's going to consume 10 magnetic coils. So I'm going to click activate. That queues it up for research. I hit escape. And it says in the upper left corner here, I have 0 out of 10 magnetic coils. So it's not currently progressing in my research. So what do? We hit the F button on the keyboard to open the replicator panel. Now this panel here shows you what you know how to build. And there are 2 tabs, items and buildings. So if I click on buildings, you can see that there's nothing here. So we don't know how to build any buildings yet. But if we click on items, there's some stuff here, and what I want, I'm going to click on the recipe for magnetic coil. And down here it shows you the components you need to have to combine them into a magnetic coil. And this is where you have to do some mental gymnastics. The way you read this is it takes 1 second to combine 1 copper ingot and 2 magnets into 2 magnetic coils. So that'll take you probably a minute to get your head around, but you'll get used to it. So on the right here, it's saying that we have enough stuff in our inventory to build 31 of these recipes. Okay, and just remember, each time we build this recipe, it's going to create 2 magnetic coils, and we need 10 of them. So we're going to build this recipe 5 times. So I'm going to click on this to increase it to 5, and I'm just going to click on this produce like it's a button, and it's going to go up here to the queue, and it doesn't take very long. It's already done, and it did not go to my inventory. It went directly into research, and it's consuming them at about 1 per second here, and it'll be done in a second.
Research complete.
Now it's saying I've completed researching electromagnetism, and it shows me what it unlocks. So I want to put a mining machine on these iron ore veins. So this is very important. At the bottom of the screen here, there's these icons across the bottom. So the first one is for power, and the second one is for collecting. So I'm going to click on the second one, and it shows me that I have a mining machine. By the way, because I completed electromagnetism, it gave me one of each thing. But we're definitely going to need more mining machines and more wind turbines. So I hit F to open the replicator window, and I'm going to click on buildings, and I'm going to click on the mining machine, and it knows that I have enough stuff in my inventory that I could make 6 of them right now. These are all the things that it needs. So basically it's going to consume 2 gears, 2 magnetic coils, 2 circuit boards, and 4 iron ingots every 3 seconds to create 1 mining machine. So I'm just going to create 2 of them. I'll make 3 of them for now, and I'm going to click on produce, and you can see that it's creating all the items from scratch, all the different parts that I need. And it's saying it's going to take 34 seconds to complete the entire queue. So I'll let that work away in the background. I have a mining machine, so I'm going to click on the mining machine icon down here, and it now gives me this overlay. If it's blue, then I can click to build it. If it's red, then it's an invalid location. Now, you can see there that the mining machine is touching 3 of the iron ore nodes, and it says 3 times, so 3 nodes will result in 90 ore per minute. And ideally we'd like the mining machine to tap all 6 nodes. So I'm going to hit the R button on the keyboard to rotate it, and you can kind of see, okay, I can get 5 if I orient it like this, but I can't quite get that last one. Well, if you hold the shift button down and then hit R, it'll rotate it any direction you want here. So I'm going to see if I can finagle it. So that's touching all 6, and I'll place it there. So because it's tapping all 6 iron ore veins, it can produce 180 iron ore per minute. Now it needs power. So at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to click on the power button and I'm going to click on the wind turbine. So I'm going to definitely need more of those. So I'm going to build, it's saying I have enough stuff in my inventory to create 3 of these wind turbines. I'm going to build all 3. So I'm going to click produce, it queues everything up. It's going to take roughly a minute. Sort the inventory, maybe throw the plants into the fuel chamber, some logs. The fuel chamber is full, so I'll just close that for now. So let's get some power here. I'm going to take this wind turbine and I'm going to place it such that the blue circle is touching the mining machine. And I kind of like to put it as close to the mining machine as I can. And now my little construction drone went out and built it, and then the drone came back to me. How many construction drones do I have? Well, if you hit C for the mecha panel, in the bottom right corner, it shows that I have 3 out of 3 construction drones. They can only accomplish one task at a time before they have to come back to me. And the flight speed is 6 meters per second. You'll understand that a little bit better as you play. Now, this mining machine, if you click on it, it's showing it's only producing 3.6 ore per minute. And that's because it's already full. It can only hold 50 ore. So now it's saying the product is overflowing. So I'm just going to hold the shift button and left click on the ore to collect it. It's going to go to my inventory. And now it jumps up to 128 ore per minute. But over here you can see the problem is there's only 71% power. So the wind turbine can only produce 300 kilowatts and the mining machine requires 420. So I want it to operate at maximum capacity, so I'm going to put down another wind turbine. Now, you can only place these turbines so close to each other. So this is as close as I can place it to the other wind turbine. You'll see a dotted line connecting them. That just tells them they're connected in terms of the same power grid. So I'm going to build it here. My drone goes out, builds it, comes back to me. Now I'm going to, so the mining machine has already produced 50 ore. I'm going to hold the shift and left click on that ore to collect it. And now you can see it's hitting the 180 ore per minute that it promised us earlier. And it's at 100% capacity. And our grid, as it fills up, the grid, it needs less power, but the grid is operating at something like 70% capacity. So I'm just going to wait for it to get to 50 and I'll collect it. Now I'm going to go do the same thing with the copper over here. Hit escape to leave construction mode. I don't like these stones being here, so I'm just going to clean them up. So again, shift and right click on them. Now we need to get, we're going to see if we can get a mining machine on these ones. So at the bottom click on the collecting button, select the mining machine, if I hold shift, it'll allow me to move it, you know, to wherever I need to move it to. So now it's covering 1, 2, 3, 4, all 6 nodes. It also needs power, so I'm going to put a wind turbine here. You can see that the circle has turned yellow. That means the grid is over capacity. And why is that? Because it's not connected to this grid over here. So the extra electricity, the surplus electricity that we have over here, is not able to make it over here. So how can we fix that? We can connect these two grids. I'm going to use a Tesla tower to do that. And as long as there's a dotted line, it means that those grids will be connected. The circles don't necessarily have to touch. So I'm going to put this here. You can kind of see the electricity flowing through it. I'm going to hold shift and collect these 50 copper ores. And you can see now it's hitting maximum 100% capacity, and it's doing 180 ore per minute. And if you look at the grid, now if both of these were operating at the same time, the grid would be almost at capacity, because they would be drawing 840 kilowatts, and we would be producing 900 kilowatts in total. So right now the grid is almost at maximum capacity when these are off, and I intend on having these things operate at full capacity. So what I'm saying is we need another wind turbine, so let's put that down. And maybe I'll put it over here. Okay, so I'm just going to move this stuff around a bit because I want it to consume this one hydrogen fuel rod so that it frees up a slot to put like more logs or something. By the way, this hydrogen fuel rod is really, really good. Like, it's really good. It's something you don't normally see until you're several hours or even days into the game. But it gives you a couple, it's kind of like a teaser to start with. Okay, what I need now is conveyor belts. So I'm going to click on the technology tree in the bottom right, and I have some options now. I can choose to research anything on the front line here. Electromagnetic drive, engine. You're probably wondering what this stuff is needed for. But the most important things are basic assembling, metallurgy, and I'm going to go straight for basic logistics. So, because I want this conveyor belt and I want this storage depot and I need this sorter. So I'm going to click activate, hit escape, and it's saying research is not progressing because I need gears and circuit boards. These mining machines are full, so I'm just going to quickly grab the ore. And now I'm going to hit F for the replicator screen. I'm going to click on the items tab and I'm going to click on the gear, and it's saying we have enough stuff in our inventory to create 201 gears. One iron ingot makes one gear every second. So I'm going to click on max this out to 10, and I'm going to click it once, and now it's making the ingots that I need, and then it's going to make the gears. Now, not only do we need gears, we also need these circuit boards. So I'm going to click on the circuit board recipe, and it's saying I can make 95 of them. We need 10 of them, but what's interesting about this is, and this is going to trip you up a little bit. It's not a big deal if it does, but every 1 second it's going to combine one copper ingot into iron ingots into 2 circuit boards. So we need to produce this recipe 5 times in order to create 10 circuit boards. So I'm just going to set it to 5, click the produce button. There's my 10 circuit boards in the queue. It's going to take 15 seconds. Now you'll notice that my research is still not progressing yet because it has to consume 1 gear and 1 circuit board at the same time. And now I've made some circuit boards, so it's on its way. And while we wait, I might as well grab the ore from the mining machines so that they start collecting again. Research is almost done.
Research complete.
Okay, so really quickly here, F for the replicator, click on buildings. I need some of these conveyor belts. You're going to need lots and lots of them. But for now, I'm just going to set this all the way up to 10. Now, notice that each time we build this recipe, it creates 3. So I'm just going to click on it maybe once for now. And I'm also going to need these storage depots, saying I have enough stuff to make 11 of them. I'm going to build maybe 4 of them. So let's put those in the queue. And I'm also going to need these sorters. So I'll put maybe 10. Now, just to kind of show you where my head is at the bottom, you can click on the logistics icon and then click on the conveyor belt. I'm going to click on the mining machine and I'm going to draw a line with this conveyor belt. Maybe we'll put 10 down, and my drones will come out and build it. And you can see the raw ore is now coming out on the belt, and this belt can transfer, if you look at it, 6 pieces per second, which equals 360 pieces per minute. And this mining machine can create 180 ore per minute. So this belt will be half saturated. Now, unfortunately, I have to stop the video and start. It only goes for half an hour before it stops. So I have to stop now and start a new video.